Good morning, viewers. Hello and welcome to the Morning News Show, where we bring you the latest headlines and insightful stories to kickstart your day. I'm Kohina Sharma and you are watching CNN News 18. Now we're tracking the latest updates from the Delhi Dangal, where the war of words is now escalating between Aam Aadmi Party and BJP over the allegations of voter fraud, political interference and high-stakes election drama. Well, these are the latest inputs that we're tracking from the ground, where Election Commission's PC is now expected to be held at 2 p.m. today. Now, Delhi's Assembly elections date announcement is expected to happen at 2 p.m. Well, these are the latest inputs that we're tracking from the ground, and joining us on the broadcast is our senior set of colleagues, Pallavi Ghosh and Aman Chamar. A very good morning, Pallavi. What more details are we gathering on this front ever since we've figured out that Delhi's Assembly election dates are likely to be announced at 2 p.m. today?
Well, I mean, this is exactly what we all have been waiting for. So the election schedule is going to be announced at 2 p.m. today at the Nirvachan Sadan or the Vigyan Bhavan. I think that's where the press conference is going to take place. Kohina, 15th February is when the term of this assembly ends, and there's a 40 to 45 period time during which the schedule and elections have to be over. It's a 70-seat assembly. It's also called a half state, and so it is likely to be a single phase election. Several considerations are kept in mind, but what was the wait really for? There has been a lot of contention, lots of back and forth and charges, counter charges on what is called the voters list of Delhi. That voters list was finalized yesterday by the State Election Commission. 3 lakh new voters have been added, 71 lakh women voters, 81 lakh male voters, there has been a redrawing of the number of voters list in key constituencies. That is where AAP has cried foul by alleging that the Election Commission, in cahoots with the BJP, has redrawn the voters list in such a way where it's going to give advantage to the BJP. The BJP's counter on the other side really has been that there are a lot of fuzzy, bogus voters which were being brought in by the Aam Aadmi Party when it was in power. Illegal immigrants, the Rohingyas from Bangladesh also, those found their way into the voters list. Those also needed to be eliminated. So at 2 p.m. today, Kohina, is when the final schedule for the elections to Delhi is going to be announced.
Right, Pallavi, I'd request you to stay with us on the broadcast, as I'd request Aman also to weigh in. Aman, a very good morning. What factors are being actually considered in determining the election dates moving forward from here?
Well, Kohina, see, the elections are being announced today. Generally, there is a 4 to 5 week period for polling from the date the election is announced. So we could expect elections in Delhi to be held, as Pallavi was explaining, in a single phase, maybe in the latter half of the first week of February or this early part of the second week. By the end of the second week, we may have the results. That is usually the timeline for the ECI to hold an election in any state. That said, Kohina, this is a very, very critical election, both for the BJP as well as the Aam Aadmi Party. The Aam Aadmi Party has been in power in Delhi for the last 10 years, while the BJP has not been in power in Delhi for the last 27 years. So, after BJP poured out of power in Delhi in 1998, after that we saw the 3 terms of Sheila Dikshit, followed by, 3 terms of Arvind Kejriwal. So, in a way, the BJP for this is a prestige election. The BJP wants to wrest Delhi away from the Aam Aadmi Party. And that is why, you see this high-pitched campaign. The Prime Minister has already done 2 big public rallies in which, a big amount of development projects have been announced for Delhi. And you could see the Prime Minister later come up also with, his election campaign. Of course, he will do more political rallies. But I think this time, Kohina, the BJP is really focusing a lot on this Sheesh Mahal controversy. The Prime Minister has mentioned it twice. The Home Minister has spoken about it. And now we see this draft CAG report also being leaked about the Chief Minister's residence. This is becoming like the rallying the corruption and the lack of development in Delhi by the Aam Aadmi Party government, the misgovernance, seem to be becoming the big issues in the Delhi elections. And let's see how Aam Aadmi Party actually takes on the BJP on this. Their big rupees 2,100 promise for women is something that is ringing a bell. That there have been a lot of registrations, I believe, for this particular scheme by women in Delhi. So the AAP is really banking on its freebies model to see it through in another Delhi election, while the BJP is trying to keep the election very localized and attacking the governance as well as the corruption taint of the Aam Aadmi Party.
Right, I mean, like you've rightly pointed out, when Aam Aadmi Party is actually largely banking on freebies. Let's go across to Payal also to understand. A very good morning, Payal. Payal, BJP's campaigning strategy has already begun. We've seen 2 massive rallies being held by p.m. Now, how does the party also plan to address the key issues that are being faced by Delhi residents, such as infrastructure and pollution, that have largely become a bone of contention with Aam Aadmi Party's government also?
Well, of course, the BJP is going to, hit the campaign on the plank that the Aam Aadmi Party has only made promises and not fulfilled it. What happened to the water bills that are inflated? What happened to the electricity bills that are inflated? And remember, the Aam Aadmi Party had spoken about distributing free electricity and free water bills as well. Those promises haven't come true as well. That is something which the BJP obviously will be focusing on. And remember, amongst the three parties, BJP is the only party which has not declared most of its seats. So far, only 29 names are out, which also includes Parvez Sahib Singh Verma versus Arvind Kejriwal. Ramesh Biduri to take on, Atish and Ramesh Biduri has already made a few fireworks happen as well. But apart from the BJP has in fact got that slogan, I believe, Aapda nahi sahenge, badal ke rahenge. That is something which the Prime Minister, articulated in as many words in the last rally, which essentially means that the Prime Minister had coined in the term saying Aam Aadmi Party for Aap, and Aapda means basically crisis. So, they have been a government of crisis. They have created multiple crises, whether it's in the phase of COVID or otherwise as well. So that's something which will be the form of attack as far as the BJP is concerned. But the BJP is also has to accommodate a number of its alliance partners, in the 70 seats. Out of 29 seats that the BJP has declared, the remaining seats, the BJP will share some seats with the likes of, Chirag Paswan's party and, of course, Nitish Kumar's JDU as well. I'm also given to understand that maybe Eknath Shinde's party would also like to have contest on a couple of seats, because when the Sena was united, they would contest on a number of seats, in across states on their own as well. What route does Eknath Shinde really take? That remains to be seen. But yes, the BJP is very keen on giving some seats to its alliance partners. Likewise.
Right, Payal. It will be very interesting to watch how the seat sharing conundrum actually unfolds. Now, Arunima is also there with us on the broadcast. A very good morning, Arunima. Arunima, as we are approaching the upcoming elections, one significant issue that we have seen in the past few days has come to light is the voter registration. So, are there any changes to the electoral processes or rules for the election cycle to be taken place in, in a fair and transparent format?
Yes, the electoral roll since the last 2 days have come at the center of the entire election process in Delhi. Aam Aadmi Party has alleged that electoral rolls have wrongly deleted names of genuine Delhi voters, and some of the people who were not on part of the electoral roll earlier, their names have been added. This has been countered by the Chief Election Officer here in Delhi. In fact, the Delhi Election Commission has gone to the Delhi police seeking protection for their local officers, saying that they are being pressurized by the Aam Aadmi Party. Essentially, the charge that is being made is that possible voters who could have voted for the Aam Aadmi Party, their names have been deleted, and Bharatiya Janata Party has been put in the dock by the Aam Aadmi Party on this issue. Similar charges are being made by the BJP as well. So for every vote, for every mention in the electoral roll, a proper fight is being unleashed at the moment. Sanjay Singh, the Rajya Sabha MP from the Aam Aadmi Party, he was attacked by BJP after he claimed that his wife's name was deleted from the electoral roll. BJP turned around and said, your wife was never a Delhi voter. So this indeed has become the central battleground, part of the central battleground between the two sides. And questions are expected of the Election Commission of India when the press conference happens today on how this issue of electoral rolls is being tackled.
Right, Arunima, talking about the electoral votes also, now given the current political climate and the challenges that are being largely faced by the current ruling party, that's Aam Aadmi Party, do you really believe that Arvind Kejriwal has a chance of being re-elected as the Chief Minister?
I think the biggest question for the Aam Aadmi Party, their entire party politics, their entire campaign has been personality driven, so to say. Arvind Kejriwal has been at the center. Kattar Imandar is how the Aam Aadmi Party would have him labeled. Bharatiya Janata Party calls him Kattar Baiman. But the big question is, once the trial, the Enforcement Directorate and the CBI have filed their charge sheet in the liquor scam, the excise policy scam, once the trial begins and he's on bail from the Supreme Court, he had to step down from the Chief Minister's position because of the bail conditions imposed. Atishi, who's in the Chief Minister's chair, is being attacked by Alka Lamba, who's taking on her from Kalkaji, for saying that, why are you being called a temporary Chief Minister? Even your own party colleagues, including Arvind Kejriwal, is referring to you as a temporary PM. Where is such a provision in the Constitution? How are you undermining the PM's chair? So with all of this, BJP and Congress both are going to attack Atishi, and whether Arvind Kejriwal can come back, even if, by March first week, if one is to presume that Aam Aadmi Party gets the mandate, will that mandate be legally viable for Kejriwal to come back as the Chief Minister? Is the big question. And if he cannot come back as the Chief Minister, then will we continue to see the arrangement that we are seeing right now? Will Atishi be then the face of the Aam Aadmi Party? Because they are constantly questioning BJP, aapka dulha kaun hai? Who's your CM say? So that's a very interesting legal position that Aam Aadmi Party has to tackle at the moment.
Right, Arunima, thank you so much for bringing in all those details. I had request you to stay with us on the broadcast. My next question will be to Aman. Aman, help us understand, how do you view the current political landscape in Delhi compared to the previous elections, especially with the kind of controversies that are unfolding ahead of the Delhi Assembly elections?
See, Kohina, what I feel is that this time, 2025 election is different in a way from the 2020 Delhi election because the BJP seems to have more ammunition at its hand against the Aam Aadmi Party. Look what has happened in the last 5 years. The Aam Aadmi Party government has been rocked by a series of corruption scams, starting with the liquor, the excise scam in which senior leaders of the party, Arvind Kejriwal, Manish Sisodia, have gone to jail. They were jailed and subsequently they got bail and came out. But Arvind Kejriwal came out and had to resign as the chief minister. So the party has been rocked by complete crisis. And the BJP, I think, is doubling down on that, on these corruption scams that we saw in the Lok Sabha, BJP making the liquor scam a big issue. This time, the BJP is supplementing it with the Sheesh Mahal scam, what the BJP is calling the chief minister residences renovation and refurbishing carried out at a cost of nearly rupees 34 crore, which was almost 340% more than the estimated cost, the kind of expansive items which have been exposed, the videos we have all seen. So this is something that the BJP feels the anti-incumbency of the last 10 years of Arvind Kejriwal, coupled with this taint of corruption and this Sheesh Mahal controversy, is percolating down to the masses. That is what the BJP feels, that the people also realize that this party, the Aam Aadmi Party, is not as pious as it portrays itself to be. It came on the image of anti-corruption, it came on the image of simple living, high thinking, but clearly its top leaders have not followed the same when it comes to public life. So This is what the BJP is really trying to tell the voters, that look, this is a party you trusted for 10 years, but they have neither delivered on governance. You see the PM making a very localized campaign, speaking about potholes, speaking about sewers, speaking about unmanaged DTC fleet buses. So they are trying to say that the governance is not there, the corruption is very much there. So there's time to bring the double engine of BJP back to Delhi. That is the Prime Minister's big pitch in his 2 rallies, that like other states have BJP government in the center and then you have a BJP government in the state, the development happens unhindered. And that is what Delhiite should opt for this time.
Right, Aman. Thank you so much for bringing in all those details. I had request you to stay with us on the broadcast as we are now moving on to Pallavi. Pallavi, in the context of the upcoming elections, it seems like we've primarily seen a contest. Well, a little change of plans. Pallavi, I'd request you to stay with us on the broadcast. Now, joining us on the broadcast is Manjinder Singh Sirsa, BJP's candidate from Rajouri Garan. Manjinder Sirsa, as a prominent voice in Delhi politics, a very good morning, Mr. Sirsa. Thank you so much for speaking to CNN News 18. Now, Mr. Sirsa, you've been very much vocal about various issues that have been affecting the National Capital Region. Now, with the upcoming elections, how do you see your role in addressing the concerns of the electorate and ensuring their voices are actually heard on the ground?
So every elected MLA will have their own role to address the issues which Arvind Kejriwal has messed up in last 12 years. Today you see in Delhi, you don't see a clean drinking water, you don't see a clean air, you see a dirtiest Yamuna here. Arvind Kejriwal in last 12 years ruined Delhi like anything. And for the example, I must tell you one thing. When Arvind Kejriwal became a first-time Chief Minister in 2013, the property rates in Gurgaon were almost 1/4 of Delhi. If somebody wants to buy a property, sell from Delhi and buy in Gurgaon, he might get 4 plots in Gurgaon. But in last 12 years, the Gurgaon has so much developed. The BJP government has made Gurgaon such a wonder place that today if you want to buy a property in Gurgaon and you want to sell a property in Delhi, you won't even be able to get 1 plot against 1 plot in Gurgaon. So this is the difference between Delhi and Gurgaon. Today, people want to sell a plot in Delhi and want to go to Gurgaon. They have to put more money to buy a single plot there. But there used to be a time when they used to get a 3 to 4 plots. And that is the difference between Delhi and Gurgaon. So the rule of Arvind Kejriwal has ruined Delhi like anything. And the people want to have a change here. They want to change this fraud chief minister who keeps on accusing everybody. इसने नहीं करने दिया, उसने नहीं करने दिया, बीजेपी ने नहीं करने दिया, एलजी ने नहीं करने दिया. So लोग फेड अप हो चुके हैं. गंदा गटर का पानी नल में आता है, बच्चों को सांस नहीं आता, सर्दी आती है तो बच्चों के फेफड़े फटने शुरू हो जाते हैं. क्या ऐसे में कोई अपने परिवार को इतनी बीमारियों के बाद अरविंद केजरीवाल जी को वोट डालना चाहेगा? बिल्कुल नहीं. दिल्ली के लोग चाहते हैं मोदी जी के साथ चले, डबल इंजन की सरकार बनाएं, जैसे बाकी सारे स्टेट इतनी तरक्की कर गए. उत्तर प्रदेश इतनी तरक्की कर गया, हरियाणा इतनी तरक्की कर गया, छत्तीसगढ़ इतनी तरक्की कर गया, मध्य प्रदेश, महाराष्ट्र. लोग चाहते हैं दिल्ली में भी इस बार हमारे.
Joining us on the broadcast is Aam Aadmi Party's Jasmine Shah. Very good morning, Mr. Shah. Mr. Shah, in response to BJP's criticism of the fact that Arvind Kejriwal has ruined everything in Delhi, how do you plan to defend your party's record and address the specific concerns that the BJP has been raising about governance in Delhi?
Well, the problem really lies at the BJP's end. The only reason why day in and day out they are leveling abuses at Aam Aadmi Party, our women leaders, at senior citizens of Delhi is because they are today without any face. They have no chief ministerial face entering into the elections. They're a party who have no narrative, who have no agenda for what is it that they are going to do for the people of Delhi. And they haven't even announced all their candidates. That shows that, how unprepared they are. And leveling allegations is easy, but telling what have you done for the people of Delhi, because as the central government, they were responsible for law and order in the last 10 years. And we all know that Delhi has become the crime capital of India. There are the highest rape incidents in Delhi, highest murder incidents in Delhi. But BJP will never say what has it delivered. They keep giving this empty slogan of double engine, when none of their two engines seem to be anywhere in the country. In contrast, Aam Aadmi Party has a track record of delivery. Nobody can dispute that we give free electricity, we give free water, free bus rides for women. We have transformed government schools, the entire public healthcare system. And even on infrastructure, the amount of progress Delhi has seen, be it doubling of the Delhi metro network, induction of 2,000 electric buses, many such initiatives. So people associate AAP with a government that delivers. And we have been promising even for the next 5 years what we'll be doing. We spoke about Mahila Samman Yojana, Sanjeevani Yojana. Ask BJP what is their vision for Delhi, they go mum. They feel that abusing Mr. Kejriwal day in and day out will make people of Delhi vote for them, which they have tried for the last 10 years, and we know what the results are.
Right. Thank you so much, Mr. Shah, for speaking to CNN News 18. Now, joining us on the broadcast is Congress's Alka Lamba. A very good morning, Ms. Lamba. Ms. Lamba, we've just heard Aam Aadmi Party also refuting to a certain set of allegations that were raised by BJP over the fact that Arvind Kejriwal has actually ruined the city. Now, what strategies is actually Congress implementing to strengthen its position in Delhi to begin with, especially in light of the challenges that are now being posed by Aam Aadmi Party and BJP both?
एलिगेशन दोनों ने 10 साल एक दूसरे के ऊपर एलिगेशन लगाए हैं. एक आपदा कह रहा है, एक विपदा कह रहा है. इन दोनों की लड़ाई में सरकार और प्रशासन मिलकर काम करना चाहिए था ना. लड़ते रहे, दिल्ली बर्बाद होती रही. आम आदमी पार्टी, बीजेपी दोनों सत्ता में मिलकर काम करना चाहिए था. लड़ते रहे, दिल्ली बर्बाद होती है. आज भी सिर्फ एलिगेशंस, अरे अपनी रिपोर्ट कार्ड लाकर दिल्ली के लोगों के सामने रखी. कांग्रेस की अगर आप बात करेंगे तो कांग्रेस पूरी ताकत के साथ 48 कैंडिडेट्स के साथ हम पूरी ताकत से मैदान में है. दिल्ली बड़ा बदलाव करने जा रही है और कांग्रेस को वापसी एक विकल्प के तौर पर अब देख रही है. और जहां तक आम आदमी पार्टी की बात करें, सवाल पूछा जा रहा है, मैं खुद बता रही हूं कि हमने गठबंधन किया था लोकसभा के चुनाव में. दिल्ली ने नकार दिया क्योंकि एंटी इनकम्बेंसी, इतना गुस्सा जो है वो आम आदमी पार्टी के प्रति था कि हमें लोगों ने कहा आप अपने दम पर लड़ते तो हम आपको जरूर जिताते, क्योंकि भाजपा को हराना था. लेकिन आम आदमी पार्टी से अलायंस करने का हमें दिल्ली में भारी नुकसान हुआ. संदेश साफ है, इसलिए 70 पे लड़ रहे हैं. पंजाब में हमने अलायंस नहीं किया, 7 सांसद जीते. तो क्लियरिटी है कि आम आदमी पार्टी बुरी तरह हार रही है. और कालका जी तो मैं देख रही हूँ जो भाजपा ने उम्मीदवार उतारे हैं, किस तरह के निचले स्तर की टिप्पणियां करके लोगों में उनके प्रति बेहद गुस्सा है. बीजेपी की बात करेंगे तो कालका जी में तीसरे नंबर पे रहेगी. अलका लांबा कांग्रेस का सीधा मुकाबला दिल्ली की टीसीएम, मैं टीसीएम नहीं कह रही, टीसीएम मतलब सीएम सुना, डिप्टी सीएम सुना, ये टीसीएम अरविंद केजरीवाल जी का आविष्कार है, टेम्परेरी सीएम। तो टेम्परेरी से मतलब 1 महीने की बात है और पूरी मजबूती से लड़ रहे हैं, वापसी कर रहे हैं दिल्ली में, मुझे पूरा विश्वास है।
जी अलका लांबा जी, आपका ये कहना है एलिगेशंस ही एलिगेशंस चलते रहे जिसके कारणवश बीजेपी और आम आदमी पार्टी की वजह से दिल्ली का सुधार कार्य नहीं हो सका है, बट कीपिंग इन माइंड दैट हाउ डू यू एक्चुअली एज अ कांग्रेस पार्टी स्पोक्स पर्सन एंड रिप्रेजेंटेटिव envision shifting these conversations of allegations, counter allegations into actionable solutions on ground, especially the fact that you are representing and you are a candidate of Kalka ji?
जी आपने सही कहा, हमारे पास इन दोनों की लड़ाई जो समस्याएं हैं वो परमानेंट हो चुकी हैं। टेम्परेरी सरकार, टेम्परेरी सीएम के पास हल नहीं है। आपने हमसे पूछा शीला दीक्षित जी को दिल्ली याद रही है, जब आसमान काला दिखता है, धुएं जैसा, गैस चैम्बर बना हो, वायु प्रदूषण से लोगों की जान जा रही हो, तो शीला दीक्षित जी को याद किया जाता है कि उन्होंने आज के दौर को याद रखते हुए क्या कदम उठाए, फ्लाईओवर बनाए, मेट्रो बनाई, सीएनजी में बसेस को जो डीजल के धुआं निकालती थी, प्रदूषण करती थी, उन्हें कन्वर्ट किया, हरी दिल्ली बनाई। अगर उन्होंने वो काम नहीं किए होते, आज ये फ्लाईओवर मेट्रो नहीं चली होती, तो आप सोचिए दिल्ली और भी बदतर हालत में होती। हमने किया है, हम लोगों ने जो है बजट 28,000 करोड़ के करीब था जब शीला जी छोड़कर गई, आज 75,000 करोड़ का है। उसमें से 33 करोड़ रुपया शीश महल पर खर्च कर देते हैं अरविंद केजरीवाल जी, है ना। तो वो पैसा जनता के विकास पे लगेगा और हमें मालूम है, हमें अनुभव है, और शासन में रहे हैं हम, प्रशासन के साथ कैसे काम करना है। अटल जी के साथ शीला जी ने काम किया, हमें ये भी मालूम है राजनीति से कब उठकर दिल्ली की जनता की चिंता करके हमें काम करने हैं। हम करेंगे, ये दिल्ली जानती है।
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया अलका लांबा जी हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए ऑन CNN News 18 and presenting a view on the entire situation. Now let's go back to our reporters to weigh in all of the conversation that we've had with the BJP, Congress and Aam Aadmi Party's spokespeople. Now we have with us Pallavi and also Anshul Singh who is joining us from on ground. Now Pallavi, my very first question will be to you. How do the local residents actually perceive the effectiveness of the current government compared to the opposition parties, where allegations and counter allegations are now becoming more of agenda when it comes to Delhi Assembly elections?
Well, Kuhina, 10 years is really a long time to be in power, so a certain amount of anti-incumbency comes in. So there are a couple of quick points I would want to make. Development is clearly going to be the main agenda. The Congress is going to question whatever little the Congress is contesting, is also going to be questioning that what has happened to Meri Dilli, Meri Shan concept, which was brought forward by Sheila Dikshit. In the last 10 years that they have been in power, flyovers and the condition of the roads, pollution, and all the promises which Arvind Kejriwal had made, for example, cleaning up the Yamuna, that has not been fulfilled. That's what the Congress is going to ask. The BJP, of course, has been consistently talking about the corruption issues. And also this perception about Arvind Kejriwal being a success by saying that we are a half state, we don't have any power. That is as far as BJP is concerned. The Aam Aadmi Party is going to try to cling on to its two big vote bank. One, of course, is the minority vote bank. And the second one, of course, is that of the Jhuggi Jhopri, as it is called, that particular vote bank, which again the BJP wants to make an inroad into, which is why the Prime Minister announced houses for the JJ clusters, making the larger point that Arvind Kejriwal never sought their development. He wanted them to remain the way they are because of vote bank compulsions. We are bringing that change. But Arvind Kejriwal's confidence is, and it's the lower middle class, it's these people, the auto rickshaw walas, these people who are actually the ones who are going to go out and cast their votes, who are going to stay with us. So I think these are these two key vote banks which the Aam Aadmi Party is super confident about, which is what Arvind Kejriwal keeps on talking about. He knows it's going to be a big challenge. It's a do or die election for him, Kuhina, because if you lose in Delhi, then Punjab becomes dicey. And therefore, for Arvind Kejriwal, it made better sense. I mean, of course, there were compulsions why he had to step down. But for him, it makes better sense to be the key face of the campaign and also tell the people of Delhi that don't worry, I am going to become the chief minister if you're going to vote me back to power.
Right, Pallavi. I request you to stay with us on the broadcast. I'll come back to you to understand how Congress is also, thinking about a political strategy moving ahead. Now, but let's go to Anshul, who's joining us from the ground. A very good morning, Anshul. Anshul, what are the primary concerns that are being largely voiced by the voters on the ground as the elections are approaching? Since you've been constantly tracking the ground pulse over the last few days, take us through more details.
Well, unlike elections that happen across the country, the elections that happen out here in the national capital are basically not focused on caste and religion. The elections that happen in the national capital, these are basically regarding the issues of the immigrants or the people who have been staying in Delhi for the past many years now. Now, yes, there is no black and white in politics, and similarly, there is no black and white when it comes to issues out here in the national capital. A certain section, which are the voters, as Pallavi very rightly mentioned, which are the voters of the Aam Aadmi Party. These people actually reside in Jhugis, and at that place, the manner in which the schemes of Arvind Kejriwal and the Aam Aadmi Party have come to the fore over the last decade, and new promise that has been announced from the side of the Aam Aadmi Party, in which senior citizens could actually have access to medical care in private hospitals as well for free of cost. This is something that is playing a massive role, or that is having a massive impact on the voters who are staying in clusters, who are staying in Jhugis. Apart from that, if you look at the other people who are staying in the national capital, who are actually being affected by things like pollution, bad traffic, these are people who actually commute to their office, or the middle class, or middle or high middle class people. Their issues are absolutely different. Their issues continue to remain the manner in which the Delhi is actually forced to breathe in toxic air, year in and year out. The dirty Yamuna that has been left on its own is a massive issue amongst this crowd. Apart from that, the third category of people that live out here in the national capital, these are the high net worth individual or ultra high net worth individuals. These are people who rarely go out to vote, who rarely think of going out to vote, but these people also have a percentage of vote out here in the national capital, and their issues continue to remain of how the Arvind Kejriwal government has been accused of corruptions at several levels. So yes, there are different people who are living over here. Their issues are different at this point in time. Over the last decade, one thing is for sure, that this is the most closeness fought election that is going to happen out here in the national capital. The BJP has a huge advantage at this point in time. The BJP has been able to make sure that they propagate this message across, that how Aam Aadmi Party is not a party of the Aam Aadmi Party, but is working for their own benefits. Sheesh Mahal is one of the issues that the BJP will like to rake up over the next 1 month till the time the elections come to the national capital. Apart from that, the corruption that has happened in the excise policy, the alleged DTC scam, the alleged classroom scams, all these scams are something that the BJP will try to rake up. On the other hand, one of the most important factors that is going to weigh in this entire election is the performance of the Congress party, because if at all the Congress party, what at this point in time seems that it is fighting this election with a lot of power and with a lot of focus, and if at all that actually turns to votes for the Congress party, then somewhere or the other BJP is going to get advantage of that. So how does the Congress party perform? How does the Congress party actually go ahead and to canvass themselves in this election is something that is going to be very crucial over the next 30 days. But at this point in time, as we speak, right before the elections of the national capital are to be announced, it is a very closely fought election between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party, and the performance of the Congress party in this election is something that is going to have a massive impact on the results this time around in the national capital.
Right, Anshul, thank you so much for bringing in all those details. Now we are heading to Payal. Payal, help us understand, what role do you see the national politics actually playing in the upcoming Delhi elections, and how does the BJP also plan to engage with the younger voters in this election cycle?
Well, of course, the BJP fights every election, like it's the battle of battles, whether it's a municipal election, and the least to say right now, Delhi election, where they've actually been running high and dry for the last 3 to 4 decades, and that's something which is going to be extremely important. So you can see a battery of people coming down to the national capital for the campaign, and that's exactly what the BJP really does. It does carpet bombing, in terms of its campaign. Prime Minister Narendra Modi obviously has away the point from what Anshul really said was extremely important. If it is a weak performance by the Congress party, then it's bad news for the BJP, given the fact that the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP are loggerheads with each other. And the BJP is also very hopeful that the Congress party will show up a decent performance in the national capital. Having said that, yes, the campaign will be very localized. But a lot of national implications can also happen, because every leader who comes in from different parts of the country, especially from the BJP ruled states, they have different audiences that they cater to. There are leaders who come in from the northeast, a significant population of northeasterns in India, of India in the national capital. A lot of people from the north part of India who speak a certain language. That is where the BJP will bring in leaders. So the BJP will be bringing in a very very specified and a designed campaign for the campaigners as well. They will also go on to say that look at the other states where the BJP is really in power. The double engine growth certainly helps every state, and not to forget that Delhi is the national capital. Is of course the focus of the political attention over here as well. So you can expect a massive campaign to be rolled out. You can expect the Prime Minister to lead the campaign, but multiple leaders. And in fact, the one who's actually preparing the entire strategy is the Home Minister Amit Shah, who's been following up every detail. And very interestingly, when the BJP announced 29 seats to its which was its first list of seats, there was no Central Election Committee meeting which had taken place. So very interesting that the BJP has announced this, because the discussions of the state leaders did take place with the Home Minister and the party president. Having said that, the BJP is also mindful of the fact that the Bhojpuri speaking voters are going to be extremely critical, and that's the reason their alliance partners in Bihar, whether it's Chirag Paswan's party or Nitish Kumar's JDU, they are also expecting some seats to go their way, because they're capable of winning those seats, is what they've assured the BJP leadership. So discussion needs to take place on that part as well, and let's see whether Shiv Sena also gets any seats or whatsoever.
Right, Payal. Thank you so much for bringing in all those details. I'd like to thank Aman, Pallavi, Payal and Anshul for bringing in all those details from the ground as the political landscape continues to heat up with the ongoing allegations between BJP, Aam Aadmi Party and Congress. How does the voter actually see the party's role, and how do they actually see these accusations and counter accusations in light of the Delhi Assembly elections? Well, it'll be interesting to watch, but we'll continue to get you all the latest news and information on Delhi's Assembly elections. But right now, we're slipping into a very short break. Stay tuned. We'll be back.
Can the BJP end its 27-year-long power drought in Delhi? Well, the party is employing a multi-pronged strategy to live up to this challenge as it senses anti-incumbency against the Aam Aadmi Party's decade-long rule and feels that the narrative of AAP's corruption and misgovernance has percolated to the masses. It is also a very localized campaign by the BJP this time, with the Prime Minister speaking about sewers and waterlogged roads and DTC fleets and potholes. This is a marked shift from the national issues campaign run by BJP in the past in Delhi. The effort is to touch the pulse of the common Delhiite on the issues he's facing day in and day out. The BJP strategy, in fact, seems to be on 5 political pillars, glimpses of which have been evident in the 2 public addresses of the Prime Minister in Delhi last week. Number 1, Modi is again the BJP's face in Delhi, and the party is not projecting any chief ministerial face. Number 2, it is the Prime Minister and Amit Shah who are leading the attack on AAP on the Sheesh Mahal campaign around the Chief Minister's affluent residence. The BJP feels this is AAP's Achilles heel. Number 3, the BJP is highlighting AAP's misgovernance from the state of the Yamuna to air pollution to try keep the campaign local. It says Delhi needs a double-engine government run by the BJP. Number 4, the BJP is planning a strong counter to Aam Aadmi Party's 2 major weapons. Number 1, free electricity and the rupees 2100 promised to women. BJP has also made a major overture to slum dwellers who are a major vote bank in Delhi, with Prime Minister Modi saying that everyone will get a pakka home. 5th, the BJP is hoping that the Congress and the BSP can also dent AAP's votes in multiple seats and BJP ends up gaining from it. Modi is the face. Leading the charge against the AAP is again the BJP's top face, Prime Minister Narendra Modi. This was the same case in 2020 when the BJP had lost. BJP did project Kiran Bedi as their chief ministerial face in 2015, but that ended in a disaster as AAP won as many as 67 out of the 70 seats in Delhi. Arvind Kejriwal and his party are taking potshots at the BJP, asking who their dulha or the bridegroom is in these elections. But the BJP feels there are bigger issues in this Delhi election than the CM face. It is buoyed by the wins in Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh in 2023 without projecting any CM face. The 2 posters released by the BJP so far only have Modi as the face on them. The BJP in fact feels that AAP has complicated its own strategy by saying that Kejriwal will replace Atishi as the CM if AAP wins, despite the Supreme Court putting stiff conditions on Kejriwal while granting him bail. Number 2, big strategy of the BJP is Sheesh Mahal AAP's Achilles heel. Well, unlike 2020, when BJP did not have as much ammunition on the front of corruption of AAP, this election is different, as the Sheesh Mahal controversy around the CM's affluent residence could prove to be its Achilles heel. This explains PM Modi and Home Minister Amit Shah leading the attack on this issue. To quote a concrete house, a latest CAG report, which has not been tabled in the Delhi Assembly so far, has also posed serious questions on the lavish expenditure done in refurbishing and renovating the CM's residence in Delhi. The Prime Minister has led the attack on this CAG report as well, saying Kejriwal was focused on building the Sheesh Mahal at a time when the national capital was struggling with COVID. Failed governance. BJP is also doubling down on the state of the Yamuna and the persistent air.
Hello and welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. Well, now we continue to focus on Delhi Assembly elections. Now, as the Delhi Assembly elections near, the ruling Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP have been engaged in war of words. Now, the district election officer in New Delhi voiced out certain set of concerns about political interference and pressure coming in from Aam Aadmi Party leaders ahead of the assembly polls. Now, allegations of undue influence and demands for non-routine information have led to warnings of potential disruptions. In a letter written to the Chief Election Commissioner of Delhi, the DEO has claimed that the Aam Aadmi Party leaders, including Raghav Chadda and Sanjay Singh, have now been frequently visiting his office and are asking for personal details of the objectors. Now, the Chief Minister Atishi has alleged a voter scam in the New Delhi constituency from where Aam Aadmi Party Supremo Arvind Kejriwal is contesting the upcoming elections. The BJP, however, has countered these claims by accusing the Aam Aadmi Party of creating numerous bogus voters, asserting that these irregularities must be addressed. Meanwhile, ECI is all set to announce dates for the Delhi polls at 2 p.m. today.
हमारा इलेक्शन कमीशन के अधिकारियों से सवाल है कि आपने अभी तक इन्वेस्टिगेशन क्यों नहीं बिठाई? ये तो बहुत बड़ा स्कैम है, ये तो बहुत बड़ा घोटाला है, लेकिन अभी तक इलेक्शन कमीशन के अधिकारियों ने इसमें कोई इन्वेस्टिगेशन नहीं करी है। मैंने चीफ इलेक्शन कमिश्नर को पत्र लिखा है, ये पूरे डिटेल्स के साथ, किस तरह से नई दिल्ली विधानसभा में बहुत बड़ा वोटर फ्रॉड हो रहा है उसके बारे में, और हमने चीफ इलेक्शन कमिश्नर से समय मांगा है कि वो हमें समय दें, और जिस प्रकार से इतना बड़ा वोटर स्कैम नई दिल्ली विधानसभा में हो रहा है उस पर तुरंत कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए, और ये वोटर एडिशन और डिलीशन से लोकतंत्र के हनन की प्रक्रिया को तुरंत बंद होना चाहिए।
Officials have actually accused Aam Aadmi Party leaders Raghav Chadda and Sanjay Singh of exerting pressure. BJP has now slammed Aam Aadmi Party, accusing them of murdering the democracy, demanding action against those who threatened election officers. Well, these are the latest inputs that we are tracking from the ground, where now BJP has demanded an action. Let's hear out what the Delhi's BJP chief Virendra Sachdeva had to say on this report.
सीधा सीधा लोकतंत्र की हत्या करना, आतिशी मार लेना, अरविंद केजरीवाल, संजय सिंह, राघव चड्ढा, ये इस षड्यंत्र में शामिल हैं। खास तौर से नई दिल्ली विधानसभा को लेकर हमने पहले भी प्रेस में ये वक्तव्य दिया है कि क्या कारण है कि 21 तारीख, 28 तारीख, 29 तारीख और फिर 3 तारीख, इन 4 दिनों में 2 हॉलीडेज हैं, 3 शनिवार और इतवार। उस दिन राघव चड्ढा और संजय सिंह जाकर निर्वाचन अधिकारी को धमकाते हैं, नीचे के अधिकारी को धमकाते हैं और तुम्हें देख लेने की धमकी देते हैं। उसके बाद खुद मुख्यमंत्री आतिशी मार लेना अपने कार्यालय में बुलाती हैं। आप मुख्यमंत्री, आप किसी भी अधिकारी को बुला सकते हैं, लेकिन जब इलेक्शन का काम चल रहा है, कोई अधिकारी अगर इलेक्शन से रिलेटेड काम देख रहा है तो आपको ये हक नहीं बनता कि आप उस अधिकारी को धमकाएंगे। मैं तो कहता हूँ कि इन लोगों के खिलाफ कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए जिन्होंने चुनाव अधिकारी को धमकाने की कोशिश की है, उनको डराने की कोशिश की है।
Well, this is yet another breaking input which is also relevant to the Delhi Assembly elections. Now, after BJP's demands of strict actions against the people who have been threatening the Election Commission officers in response to the BJP's allegation, the Aam Aadmi Party has now firmly rejected the claims, asserting its integrity and accusing the BJP of orchestrating arrests of Aam Aadmi Party leaders ahead of elections. Once again, they allege that Delhi Chief Minister Atishi and other senior leaders are being targeted with imminent CBI raids and arrests. These are the latest inputs that we're tracking from the ground, where after allegations and counter allegations, this is a response coming in from Aam Aadmi Party. Let's hear out certain set of reactions that we're getting on this report.
देखिए, हम एक कट्टर ईमानदार पार्टी हैं जिसका तोड़ नहीं है भाजपा के पास। वो हमेशा ही चुनाव से पहले हमारे नेताओं को अरेस्ट करती है, उनके यहाँ रेड डालती है, और इस बार भी हमें रिलायबल सोर्सेज से पता चला है कि वो आतिशी जी को अरेस्ट करने वाले हैं। हमें रिलायबल सोर्सेज से पता चला है कि मनीष सिसोदिया जी के यहाँ सीबीआई का रेड होने वाला है। हमें रिलायबल ऐसी रेड हो सकती है, गिरफ्तारी हो सकती है। ये भाजपा की बौखलाहट है। वो अपनी हार मान चुके हैं, उनको अपनी हार साफ दिख रही है और भाजपा अपने पुराने पैतरे आजमा रही है दोबारा। पर उनको पता होना चाहिए कि सामने अरविंद केजरीवाल जी हैं। भाजपा कुछ भी कर ले, अरविंद केजरीवाल जी ना झुके ना टूटे।
Well, joining us on the broadcast is our colleague Arunima. Very good morning, Arunima, once again. Arunima, we've been hearing allegations, counter allegations, swiftness enough in giving it back to each other. But how do you see these allegations actually impacting the voter sentiment on the ground?
See, these are technical issues. I mean, if your name is already on the electoral roll, you may not, bother so much about what is happening as far as other voters are concerned. But if your name has been struck off the electoral roll, you could be generating a sentiment amongst your family members, amongst your neighbors, saying that, look, this is what is happening, it's a corrupt practice. And that's the sentiment that both sides are trying to capture, trying to send this perception that supporters of a particular party are being targeted, that the entire election process has been vitiated. Both the Aam Aadmi Party and the Bharatiya Janata Party are hoping that this perception building exercise will add to the charge. On the Aam Aadmi Party side, the opposition has been constantly crying foul that in the Lok Sabha elections, in previous assembly elections, the election process has been vitiated. All kinds of charges have been made against EVMs, against the electoral roll. So they're hoping to carry forward that perception. As far as BJP is concerned, they are trying to build on this perception that Aam Aadmi Party is a corrupt party. They're trying to use corrupt means to win this election. So this is a smaller piece in the broader narrative that both sides are pushing through.
Right, Arunima. Thank you so much for bringing in all those details. Now, let's hear out from Abhishek Dutt about his perspective on the current political landscape and the recent allegations that have been surrounding the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP, especially in relation to the Delhi Dangal.
देखिए, जब से संदीप दीक्षित जी नई दिल्ली में चुनाव लड़ने गए हैं, अरविंद केजरीवाल जी को उनकी हार सामने दिखाई दे रही है। संदीप दीक्षित जी नई दिल्ली की पैदाइश हैं। उनकी मां स्वर्गीय शीला दीक्षित जी ने 15 साल नई दिल्ली में निस्वार्थ सेवा करी। आज भी लोग विश्वास रखते हैं संदीप दीक्षित पे, क्योंकि उनकी मां शीला दीक्षित जी ने दिल्ली को संवारा है, नई दिल्ली को संवारा है। अब हार का ठीकरा पहले से फोड़ने की तैयारी आम आदमी पार्टी कर रही है। दिल्ली के अंदर जो इनके टॉप 4 बैट्समैन है ना, अरविंद केजरीवाल जी, गोपाल राय जी, मनीष सिसोदिया, आतिशी जी, ये चारों के चारों चुनाव हारने जा रहे हैं। इसका कारण है इन लोगों ने दिल्ली की जनता के लिए कुछ नहीं करा। एक झूठ के सहारे से केजरीवाल जी चुनाव लड़ने जा रहे हैं। 11 साल बाद अपनी जितनी भी उपलब्धि है उस पर चर्चा।
Between Aam Aadmi Party and BJP, it's clear that the stakes are extremely high. With the accusations flying, voters will need to cut through the noise to make informed choices. With that, we are slipping into a very short break. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more news and updates on the other side of this segment.